September 23rd. And Blake, happy birthday, September 22nd. You're a 32-year-old man. I want to get into this real quick. How about a new way of voting? The platform of YouTube is so dynamic, extraordinary, beyond its capabilities, and so are our cell phones with facial recognition and everything that it keeps up with our information. And after the information doge dump, our information is not there totally connected with AI and quantum, and that's our future, and it's always been our future, and it's been here longer than a lot of folk care to believe. Long way from the microwave oven. So here we are with facial recognition. If a person does a crime with a excuse me, with a gun, and is captured with their cell phone or even someone else's cell phone that the crime was committed against, and identify the assailant at that same space and time. So I would think it's persons has been convicted using their cell phone. So with facial recognition, I vote in the new election that will be coming up in 2028. Yeah, I cast my vote with my iPhone, whether it's through YouTube or what other platform that you guys get together and come up with. Yes, I think that's foolproof. I think we can roll out a new way of voting using our cell phones. And if we still need to use the paper vote, if you guys have really believe that cheating has taken place, I don't know. People at a certain level just cheat through life. Period. I mean, we're in a cheating society. I've seen it from the school system to work performance and lifestyles of marriage. Cheating is just around all of us. Our whole lives has one side does it fair, the other side does it with cheating. Okay, so nobody should have to be killed behind some of those methods of cheating, but of course it has taken place, whether it's crimes of the heart or political crimes, and persons feel like they have to take another person's life behind that form of cheating. Now, I would love for my vote to count honestly and fair, and I feel at this point, there's no other way that we can have a fair voting system without AI and quantum and facial recognition. So I cast my vote through YouTube and my iPhone. And the last time I voted for Kamala, the next election, it doesn't matter to me who's the candidate, whether they're independent, Democrat, Republican. It doesn't matter. I want to vote for the right person for the job. So out of those three positions, one of those persons will be our next president. And for me to feel as though it can be truly done fairly, I feel like it will have to be through cell phone recognition, facial recognition. And if somebody figure out how there's a way to cheat, let's put some skin in the game for everybody. Me as a citizen, if I'm caught cheating with my cell phone, casting a vote, and put me in prison for 20 years. And if the president is caught cheating through cell phones and voting, then put him in prison for life. Let's be done with all this assassination and taking of lives. So the vote's that important to some persons to feel like they need to end someone behind it. Then let's come up with a true, foolproof way of eliminating cheating. So if the paper trail has caused all this devastation, then let's eliminate it. Keep it at the lower level of voting, whether it's state or city or county. We'll do a paper trail. I'll show up somewhere and be in the same room with persons that vote differently than myself. So that's an ideal, a new way of voting. Another ideal, in these big cities, you want to keep them clean. You have restaurants. People have to use bathrooms, and it's not fair for the public just to come off the street and use any establishment's bathroom. I've been in establishments. I've worked in corporate hair salon settings. I've worked in private, and I've had my own. And my bathroom was always spotless to bring in customers. So cities, whatever amount of blocks you need to consider putting public bathrooms and the material, apparently the prism material that you guys use lasts forever. So, build some public bathrooms and as far as military or National Guard, I welcome everything that's connected to this country. I welcome it. I welcome the military. I welcome the National Guard. I welcome the police officers. Everybody has a right to do their job to whatever part of this country that is designated that needs assistance. So I have no problem seeing National Guard, whether they training or setting up posts to monitor Gastonia. Gastonia carried Trump. I've lived here for Wendy and I for over 30 years, and the street we live on, we're the third house that turned into onto our street. So if there's a foreign nation that means this country harm and invades, actually get on our land, and we have to fight from street to street, then my home is one of the first line of defense. So yeah, I want to be familiar. I want to be able to go up to the National Guard or the military and ask them, which direction do I need to fire a weapon towards the intruders? But what I will not do is bear arms against my fellow Americans. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I never have did that. I've never been interested in doing that. Even persons that live with that built-in hate, that manufactured hate that they live with. I've never been interested in bearing arms against that person. I just stay. I don't communicate with that person. I don't associate with that person. Walking in the grocery store around that person. The grocery store is a grocery store. I'm there to get groceries. I'm not there to figure out who hates me the person that's wearing a gun on their side. That person means nothing to me. That's just an insecure person that need that weaponry on their side to feel whole or feel safe or to feel intimidating. Just not a well-rounded human being. And so Aldi, yeah, National Guard. Help me at Aldi. Old white folk trying to cause problems, uh, looking for me to respond in some negative fashion. It's not gonna happen. Um, I haven't seen it in a while, but when Joe Biden was in office, there was a 50-year-old white lady with a terrible bleach blonde hair and cut off shorts and a green fluorescent uh, t-shirt with her sleeves rolled up and her 4 or 5 year old little grandson with her in the middle of Aldi at the close to the checkout line with her 9mm, wrapped around her waist, and I just looked thinking like, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. So I didn't give her any kind of energy or anything. I just thought to myself, oh, that's something to really teach your grandson. So yeah. So I don't have any problem with our military. Our military is a part of this country, and if it need to be used to help combat crime, do it. All my life, I've been here for 65 years, and since I've been aware, there's always been just crime. At some point, don't know the year, doesn't matter, but I think Gastonia was proud of itself because it was the number one murder capital some year. That was a thing that they spoke of every New Year's, and people would look at it and want to know. So it has been D.C., it has been somewhere in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been places all over the country, but nothing has ever been done about it. We still have guns that's on the streets. So until we're willing to do something about guns, I mean, what can we do? But as far as guns, why gun makers can't make a nice air pistol or air rifle, putting a laser on it to where it can't fire a human? I mean, guns are cool for target practice. So why do you need a high-powered weaponry for general target practice? You can do that with an air gun, and if you build that type of technology in it, charge money for it. Charge a lot of money for it. In government, if you do that, give those guys that to go out and feel good about their marksmanship. But consider getting rid of the guns. Lock them in a warehouse. I mean, of course you can't get rid of them because we have to have them in case we have someone to invade our country that need to be dealt with. So I'll be one of the first persons that will protect the gentleman that lived down the corner with his wife and two young kids. They voted for Trump. Everybody in Gastonia voted for Trump. So, I would protect them from a foreign entity, and I know the gentleman would be up here doing so to make sure that it doesn't get past this third house on this street to move into the community. So that's what only time I would bear arms, raise arms in this country, but never towards a white nationalist or the black person that hate themselves and hate me more, that means me harm. I would never bear arms against that person. I just don't have to be in that person's presence. I don't have to give that person any type of energy. So the way I live my life, I live it with love, respect, like, dislike, hate. I was thinking, what is it that what is it that I hate? I used to hate the ideal of recovering from back surgery, but I've learned to love that because I accepted the fact I'm still alive, and if I do what I need to do, I'll get healthy to where I can be more mobile. So I don't hate anything. So that's just that. But as far as I don't like anyone. I don't like anyone. I like Wendy and Blake. I like myself. I've had some likable moments with persons. I've had some likable memories with persons. So as far as that like thing, get out of that. Who cares? And to prove to another human being that I like them, it's usually in some form of servitude. It's usually in some form of servitude. And as far as Trump being a dictator, so what? He is who he is. And if you choose to have that mentality, no matter what field or profession you're in, and if you carry a dictative personality, then you're a husband. You dictate inside your home. If you run a business and you're the CEO and you carry yourself to where you could care less about an employee, but as long as they do what you say and how you say it, you're a dictator CEO. If you're a minister that refuse to hear anything that anyone in your church has to say differently than what you have to say, then you're a dictator as a minister. So there's a lot of people with a dictative personality, and the first chance they get, they administer it. So apparently that's who Trump is, and you guys knew that. So do what you need to do accordingly. But this everyday, he's a human being, and if you guys want to be upset with anybody, just be upset with yourself. You voted for him. You can't even be upset with Clarence Thomas. What I appreciate about Clarence Thomas taught white men how not to, because he knew who he is and who they are, that they can't figure stuff out for themselves. So if you do something and you bring shame onto yourself, because that's what your shame is. It's about you. You say that you don't want other persons to feel whatever, but once it's out, and then all that shame falls on you. But you've been ashamed of yourself for a long time, but you deal with it because you're a human being. But what Clarence Thomas did when it was time for him to sit through the hearings to become a Supreme Court judge, Anita Hill threw a monkey wrench in. And what Clarence Thomas had to do was he welcomed it. He saw that was an opportunity to share with anyone in this country that has to sit in a courtroom and have to deal with embarrassing testimony, that you can survive it. So when he sat there and had to talk about a pubic hair on a Coca-Cola can, that was embarrassing, but he survived. And from that point on, he taught white men that it's okay to talk about uncomfortable things in public, in a courtroom, and bring on that. And you can still go home and get a good night's sleep and come back tomorrow and talk about the same thing and survive it. So he taught white men how to survive and not kill yourself from the embarrassment. So here we are. So you can judge what amount of things that has taken place on our TV through the government and entertainment and high profile personalities that have had to sit in a courtroom and it be live streamed and had to talk about those uncomfortable things, and they didn't go home and kill themselves. And that's good because life is precious and people do ridiculous things, people do dumb things, people say ridiculous things, people say disturbing things, and sometimes you gotta sit in a hearing and communicate those things. And sometimes a lot of things get exposed. You can't hide it's obvious. So if you have a camera on you and you want a hangover and you sitting before the Senate, then and our government, then it's being seen, it's being televised. But you don't have to go home and kill yourself because there are people in their home doing just as trashy things that you are doing yourself. So how you choose to live your life inside your home, I just hope you building some good foundations if persons are living in your home and you're a family person. And so what I've always taught in my home, Wendy and I, with our son, was all about love and respect. We never taught him anything about hate. I mean, he that's, yeah. So if you're teaching hate in your home, then what a waste. What a waste. What a waste. That's all I can say about that. And when school was integrated in my childhood, was fourth grade. So I was so excited, man, seeing those white girls and white boys after being around all black girls and all black boys. I was like freaking cake and ice cream, man. We all was excited. And yeah, there was some black kids that they parents teaching that ignorance, that teaching that hate, ignorance because things that has taken place in their life or just being so unhappy in their lives. So, but I had a terrible household, but they didn't teach hate towards whites. They taught you to hate yourself, hate your environment. So it's up to you to what you do with that when you leave outside of your home. So the fact that they didn't, and they couldn't, because meeting those kids, I was a kid, so meeting those kids, your expressions and your emotions are genuine. So I always remembered that. So no matter what this world threw at myself and people around me, I know that love is real and hate is just something manufactured. So if you lie down and don't wake up the next day, nobody's gonna speak on how much hate that was taking place. They're gonna talk about all the nice things, all the pleasantries that they pretend or whatever. I mean, if that was a terrible person, it just was. They had planned to live a long, healthy life, but life itself can dictate something differently. So here we are. So if you're teaching hate in your home, you're such a small, unbalanced human being. So try to help somebody be balanced by living as well of a balanced lifestyle as you can possibly. So is there any other ideas? Yeah. So I think that's a great ideal about face recognition, voting, and so if you think that's a good idea, please like and share it so other persons can and any idea that anyone throw out in the universe, someone else has already thought about it. Our government may already be setting on all of this information, the know-how, and to roll it out, but they just want to have a paper vote so they can say cheating, and I'm just over it. But it is what it is. But as far as Trump, y'all voted for him. He's in office, and all this badgering in the media. I mean, come on. I mean, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help him do a better job that uh, everyone want him to do. I don't care who's the president. I still want them to do a good job. I mean, so Trump used to be young, youthful, a handsome gentleman. Now he's old and ugly. So what? I'm old and ugly. I used to be young and youthful and handsome. We all get old and we all get ugly. But we don't want somebody constantly saying that, Willie's a ugly person. Willie is a terrible person. I grew up with that crap as a child. But as an adult, I'm not having it. And he's sick of it. So, come on. Donald Trump, what he did for New York to get that place cleaned up, and he's cleaning it up now. And he's trying to help the rest of the country clean itself up. Because crime does not help a city stay beautiful. Crime does not help a city stay beautiful. And if you want people to walk your streets and eat your food, come on, you smart people, come up with some ways to put some bathrooms that can really sustain time, and your city will be clean. But until then, until you can get everything fixed, I'm not pooping in my pants, man. So that's how people feel. They're gonna go down wherever. I've seen some disgusting stuff, and I'm glad that people will take social media and show that a homeless, disturbed person will poop on the street. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's a body function that has to take place. So, what are you gonna do if a person don't have anywhere to live and they living on the street? Where are they supposed to use a bathroom? I can't speak for that person. So, there's an ideal. So sometimes you guys just act as if you don't have any freaking ideals. So if that's the case, okay, fine. You kill the persons with the dreams and with the ideals. Yes, what Johnson did to his president, and yes, Republicans had a hand in also. They hyped him up that they would support him, but he realized he didn't have a stomach for it. But the Republicans, after that, they was on easy sailing, because what they could always do is point the truth that Democrats destroy and eat their own. I mean, Walmart, thank you for cleaning yourself up, but I'm still seeing persons in Walmart cursing at their children, and much everything bad has ever came in my direction, because we are a product of our environment. In a 30-mile radius, as a grown man, I'm still not gonna travel on a day-to-day travel. I don't know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 30-mile radius. Most bad encounters that I may have is dealing with a Democrat. So until Democrats are ready to stop being manipulative and acknowledge the truth is what it is. You work for the Republicans. You work for the Republicans. When the Republicans have all the money, they have all the jobs. So when a young senator shows up, some rich Republican offer them a contract, and there you have it. They work for them. That's who they work for. So that's the reason no laws, no policies ever get passed, because they all are the same. They all are the same. So at least I can live with that. I've been living with that. But I would like for my presidential vote to know that it is going to where I wanted to go for. It is being counted. So I strongly support. I strongly support our voting going through our cell phones and I don't know, YouTube. I cast my 2028 vote on YouTube using my cell phone. So get a platform set up. And this paper trail vote that you want to make it hard for people to go to a location and do a paper vote, that's cheating. That's cheating. So Republicans, you don't have to cheat. No one is out to want to take something from you. Power is not real. It is not real. You will never make me think it's real because it's not. Yeah, you can have. I don't. That wasn't power. This old racist white man sent the police here to my home, Wendy and our home, for a year and a half. That wasn't power. That wasn't power that the police officer come and ring my doorbell and looking for trouble. The power is me walking to the door and greeting that person, knowing that there's malicious intent behind it. The power is how I manage it. So if you direct pretentious power in my direction, it's up to me to how I receive it. I ignore it. And when I don't ignore it, I greet it with kindness, with respect, with love, not with hate. Not with hate. So when you guys say the most powerful person in the world or whatever, okay, fine. That's just words. You're just saying that. It's just words. You have a job. All of you that have gotten voted, you wanted a job so you could get rich. Go get rich, but do something for the people. But don't come at me with this power. Yeah, you got weapons of mass destruction. That's not power. It's just weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, you can pick up a phone and cause devastation. That's not power. Pick up the phone and have eliminate hunger. Pick up a phone and eliminate the direction of hate, because hate is just it's a word and people associate it with an emotion, but they really just dislike themselves. So if you're capable of just telling your kid to hate another child, that's just a big, huge insecurity that you have because you don't know how to raise your white son to be a loving, caring, respectful, well-rounded human being. So power is not real. If power is real, then before you go to bed, you command the universe not to allow your bowels to back up on you and kill you in your sleep. That just happened because your body just functions properly because it does. But when it decides that it doesn't and it stops functioning properly, then you can die of natural causes. With some real power and don't die from natural causes. And then get up in front of a TV screen and tell us all about that experience, that you put that power in your hand and stop yourself from dying from natural causes. So it's just a word that they throw around to want to make you feel inferior. I never feel inferior. When I'm driving my car, I know another driver can not pay attention and just not be a well-rounded person and hit my car and cause a terrible accident, and that could just be the end of me. So, but I know yesterday I lived as healthy of a well-rounded lifestyle as I possibly could. I meant no one any harm. and I still don't. So let's if you watch this video and you agree with the voting part with facial recognition and through our cell phone, then please like and share. And I never asked anyone to really like and share my videos. I do some videos of because I have a jacked up back, and so if I can help somebody to relieve their pain from their knee and back problems, then like and share those videos. But as far as this video, I really wanted to share that idea, and I found out a long time ago, no matter what ideal anyone has, someone else has that same ideal. A lot of people has that same idea. So our government probably is already setting on AI quantum and voting through our iPhones or our cell phones. So I hope so. And if, in case they don't have any clue of ideals, then I think this is a beautiful idea. And Taylor Swift and Kelsey. I hope you guys, Wendy and I, we've been married for 40 years. Kelsey, Taylor, beautiful. So she said yes. So be a good man to your wife, and she'll be beautiful 40 years from now when you guys are growing old together, because we're growing old every day. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with it. That means you're still alive. And so, Taylor, if you think this is a good idea, do what you need to do, because you have such strong influence on this country, and I think you're an awesome person. I've always liked your music, and I still do. And so, yes, I like music. I like music. But I love people. I respect people. But let me tell you guys a quick story. It's not my story, but I'm going to share with you how our politics work. I used to cut my brother-in-law's hair. He's a lot older, and he has moved on. His energy is still out here, and he's embedded in persons that loved him and their memories. So he wanted to really worked hard to become a millionaire, and it didn't happen. But he made a lot of money, a good living to support his family. So this is his story, not mine, but I'm going to share it with you. So, like I said, you know what Trump did for New York, and thanks, man, because New York was just a slum. So Hugh McCall, when it was his turn, he came to Charlotte, brought Bank of America, and he saw there wasn't anywhere for him to eat a nice meal and have a nice drink after work in Center City. So he apparently brought Rock Bottom from Houston. I believe that's what my brother-in-law said. So anyway, Pat McCrory was the mayor of Charlotte, and he's always been supported by Duke Energy, and they made him rich through his governorship. But he has a friend, Pat Cannon, and Pat Cannon looked up to Pat McCrory, and so when it was time for Pat Cannon to become mayor, he became mayor, and Hugh McCall went and visited with Pat Cannon and shared with him that there was a minority business plan for parking, for public parking, and that someone could earn a living from public parking. And if you worked anywhere in Center City of Charlotte, you know parking is so important. So at the time I worked on the corner of Fifth and Poplar, And so Pat Cannon had a building over in the corner, and so my brother-in-law pointed out that that was Pat Cannon's building. So I thought, oh wow, that's cool. Black man owned a piece of property, basically right here in Center City. Awesome. So he continued with the story that Hugh McCall shared that information with Pat Cannon with parking. So to look for some minorities and share it with them, and it could be a come up. Because when Harvey Gantt stated openly, and he had every right, and it was okay, but these anyway, he stated when Harvey Gantt was mayor, the first black mayor in Charlotte, he stated that he wanted to help some black persons become millionaires. That's great. That's saying that he is not a black person that's looking to just take everything for himself, that he wanted to share with some other minorities. Well, of course, the whites took that as, to turn it into something ugly, malicious, and hate. And he lost his opportunity to become the first black governor of North Carolina. So, so that's Republicans at their best, not helping this country move forward, but it is what it is. So, but getting back on, because we're talking about local politics. So when it was time for Pat Cannon to come to a crossroad, whether he was going to help anyone or just help himself, and of course, we know he helped himself. And like a lot of black mayors, the truth is, some of them have ended up in federal prisons for bribes and just not managing the ideal of getting rich the proper way with politics, if there's a proper way. But so when it was time for the government to test him, and he fell for the bribes and received the money, and they have all that on tape, so he ended up doing time. But let me guess, when Hugh McCall had an opportunity to go and let him know that he was on the radar, so be careful, Hugh McCall didn't warn him, as he should not have warned him, because he warned him when he went to him to ask him if he know any black minorities that would be interested in getting into the parking business. And when you took it upon yourself to be greedy, that said to that man everything that he needed to know, not to lend another hand to you. So that's what happened. So that's our politics from the top to the bottom. There's always a Republican that's willing to lend a helping hand to a minority, but you have to be a fair-minded person. You can't be where Hugh McCall is. You can't be where Pat McCrory is. You're not good at it. And we've already seen what seriously black wealth can do for apparently black person's mindset. Some of the things that we have found out that what the rich does with their money and influence. Y'all disgusting. Is that all you can decide to do with your freaking money? Anyway, get your sex appetite under control. Get your greed under control, because that will help you manage food. And just work on being a better human being. In fourth grade, when I had all these kids as my friend, and I'm not gonna call their name, but in Waco, I had some awesome friends. I love those kids instantly, and then they started stepping away from me, and I didn't understand why. So they created a club and said I needed to give them 50 cents to be in it. So when I got 50 cents, and then they said it was $1. So I was given $1, and they wouldn't take my dollar, and then they just said that I couldn't be in their club because but their parents didn't explain to them that if it meant enough to a black kid, money don't mean anything. But love and friendship at that age can mean everything. So then my mom explained to me that they didn't want me to be friends with their white daughters, and that they might grow up that we like each other and want to marry each other. I didn't really understand that. I was just heartbroken that these kids didn't want to be my friend anymore. So after that, you just grow through life, and you just work on being the best well-rounded person that you can possibly be. So some point in life, I had a friend. He died of Lou Gehrig's disease. I can see him when I think about him. I can hear him when his voice was strong. I can hear him when his voice was weak. So I have my memories of persons, and so Blake, when he had gotten out of college, or so at some point, he and I was having a conversation, and I just give him any guidance that I can. So I guess it kind of he didn't really understand what that particular conversation was leading to. So he blurted out to me, "Dad, I can't help if you don't have any friends." So I thought, okay, that's interesting. So I said to him, I'm glad you have friends. You have friends since you was that you met in elementary, and you guys are still friends today. That was taken from me, but I do have a friend, man. Jesus is my friend, and with that friend, I can go through life not ever dealing with another human being on some friend level or some like level or some dislike level. But what I can do is go through life with human beings that don't have love in their heart and don't have respect in their emotions and only want to present hate. I'm not. I don't deal with life like that. So for the persons that carry that hate, I feel bad that your parents instilled that in you. But it's an emotion. You have to do something with it yourself. And really, the only way you can hate someone, you have to self-hate. That's the only way you can generate that hate towards someone else. Because it's not real. It's an emotion. It's an emotion. It's not real. Hate is not real. It's a pretentious emotion that your parents instilled in you because they don't like themselves. They don't like each other. You have to love each other, not to instill hate in your children. I love my wife. At times we've had some unlikable moments. We had some dislike moments. But I'm always happy that she's coming home. I like when she gets home. So, adults, stop worrying about somebody liking you. And Trump, do what you need to do to clean these cities up, man, because it needs to be done. You have the presidency position, so president. And the media, come on. Nobody wants to hear that every day. I mean, he sat through those trials. You let him go. He survived it. He didn't go home and hurt himself. So you can't win that way. So let's win another way. Let's see if we can win with our vote for the right person. And the only other thing is, it's a little offbeat, but This is the type of stuff that tears at our fabric of getting along and truly being able to show each other kindness and respect. Planet Fitness. Put an in on the door and put an out on the door. Because here in Gastonia, it is what it is. And white guys, when I open the door leaving Planet Fitness, I'm just there to get on the treadmill so Wendy can get her a 40-minute walk in and I can get my 40-minute walk in. That's it. I'm not there to have no chit-chat, fake, pretentious conversation. I'm just there for that. So then when I leave and I open the door and my wife walks out the door behind me and then one of you guys skirt past her because you've invaded her personal space, and then when you say to me, thank you, and I say to you, I wasn't holding that door for you, I was holding that door for my wife. And then you give off a smart response such as, well, I was just saying thank you for her. You've been a troublemaker. So then when a month later, a sheriff deputy does the same thing and says thank you, and I say to him, I wasn't holding that door open for you, I was holding it for my wife. And what I love about that sheriff deputy and respect about him, he didn't say anything. Because he realized he was wrong, because he was trying to cause a problem that where a problem wasn't needed. You're not gonna shape and make me conform in any fashion that I'm not comfortable with. It's not gonna happen. So stop being a troublemaker. But had he said something offbeat, smart, trouble, I would have showed up at the sheriff's office the next day filing a complaint about him that he was trying to cause a problem where none was needed. You people are grown. Open the door. So until Planet Fitness put a automatic slide door for stupidity persons, that's what you deal with. I don't understand that. So when we being pretty smart people, so what we do now is we wait till everybody go in, we wait till persons leave and it's clear. Because as a black man, I'm not gonna do that stupid thing, standing there holding the door for people that playing that pretentious circumstances of wrapping them around your mind something. I don't know. Just stop being a troublemaker. Stop being a troublemaker at Aldi. Stop being a troublemaker at Planet Fitness and Walmart. You guys have got your stores looking great. Now, what's going to be interesting to see how civilized people are going to be to help you keep your stores clean. So just be better people. Be better human beings. That's what I'm interested in. So, if you like any ideas in this video, take them for yourself. Repeat the ideal of voting with our cell phones, because that's common. And if they trying to avoid doing it 2028, then they're interested in cheating, because they've taken all our information. They know who we are, where we are. If I go and commit a crime and my cell phone is in a radius, they can track me down. So we have cameras everywhere. So facial recognition is here. And thank you, because you guys have raised a whole 65 years generation of unbalanced, unwell-rounded. I don't know. Maybe COVID changed us to where we're all 100% bipolar. And you just won't come out and acknowledge it, because then we have to say we have a bipolar president. So maybe the next president will be bipolar also. But give me an opportunity to cast a true and fair vote. If you feel like the paper vote has become so tarnished, and I guess from January 6th, that's will prove that point. You've already exercised the proof of that point. So AI, quantum, YouTube, iPhone, do your thing. Let's get this 2028 vote taken care of, and then I would love to see iPhone, YouTube, governments to do a world vote. So I vote for to eliminate nuclear bombs, but if the vote outvote my vote, then we just continue to live with the nuclear bombs, weapons of mass destruction. But right now, my whole thing is I don't want a natural disaster to turn my life upside down. But it's possible with any of us. So until then, just I'll keep living a healthy, well-rounded, law-abiding lifestyle. Because I am a law-abiding citizen. I like to feel protected when I go to Aldi. I like to feel protected when I go to Walmart. I like to feel protected when I go to Sam's. Because I can ignore your ignorancy. I've proven that for a year and a half when the police come in here knocking on my door because of racists pretending that noise was coming from this house. So we can survive anything. And those civil wars that's going on in our lives, yeah, it's been 65 years. The Civil War against me was economic civil war, educational civil war, social civil war, health civil war. So we've always dealt with a civil war. So those of you that want bloodshed civil war, shoot yourself in the foot. Shoot yourself in the foot. I'll see you guys later. I'm just saying.